How am I supposed to make videos in this environment? It's just not possible. Look at the watchdogs. The thunderstorm scares the shit out of them. Okay, let's wait for this thunderstorm to go through and then we start the video. I can't believe it. That looks so much nicer. Guys, welcome back to the off-grid garage here in sunny hot Australia. Yeah, it is sunny and it is hot. It is muggy outside after all this rain now. A wonderful good late afternoon on this Sunday here. We are doing the full load test on our battery here. This is the new battery bank I have installed 2 days ago, 4 days. That was during the flood. That's a week ago. I've got this online for a week now, I can't believe it. And it is so good, because it has doubled my capacity of battery storage. And now, if I'm at work, I don't need to worry that my battery gets full and there's nobody turning on any load at home here. And I'm wasting all this beautiful solar energy. Because now, if it says 47%, this is actually this is almost like 100% with the old battery, right? But now we've got so much capacity, it basically never gets full, which is not good either. Okay, so we have minus 3.6 amps and minus 2 amps. Minus 2 amps. What is this with the cable here? Yeah, minus 2.4 amps are coming from the old battery. It's just the threshold. It is right at the threshold to actually show any current. So roughly minus 2.4 amps comes from the old battery. And the JK shows me minus 2.7 amps. So it is roughly 50-50 at the moment. Alright, so then let's turn off the old battery. We can either use the switch down here, or we can use the circuit breaker. I'll take the switch here for the moment. Off it is, and we should see the full power coming from this battery now. Does it matter if we discharge only one battery and not the other one and then parallel them again? No, it doesn't matter at all. I've done some testing, totally crazy testing. I'll show you this in a future video very soon. I almost discharged one battery and the other one was like 60-70% full, and I paralleled them and there was no issue at all. There's no currents flowing between these battery banks, nothing. Because lithium iron phosphate, this is only 1 voltage, right? Only at the very bottom and very top of this battery, of the charge and discharge curve, we will see then balanced currents going from one bank into another one. But in between, there's no problem at all. Anytime you can just turn them on in parallel and they will always work. Let's get the infrared camera. Okay, let's just start recording here. Is it recording? It is recording, yes. And we can see no major heat source or something in this compartment. I'll take off the plexiglass, the acrylic cover I made, so we can actually see the batteries inside. You may see the reflection now of me in the background on the aluminium sheet, and we can see reflections here as well on the bus bars. But apart from that, there's no heat, nothing. Yeah, the 2 cables going down, that's the BMS. This is all cool, right? Very cool! Okay, so minus 4.5, minus 5 amps are coming from this battery now. And now what we are going to do is just set this one here to 70% and start the charging with 16 amps. I actually like this because both inverters will kick in after a while. It is so cool. Yeah, sits on 16 amps. I just go a little bit further down to maybe 12 first of all to check on the current. So 12 amps would mean 3.2 kilowatts. Okay, I think we can go all the way 16 amps. That's the maximum we can charge here. 3.7 minus 80 amps. We are pulling just from this one battery. Well, Houston, we've got the first problem here. The smart shunt actually claims we have a low voltage warning. We are under 50 volts. That cannot be true. Minus 85 amps and just under 50 volts we have. And we have a delta of 350 millivolts across all cells. What the heck is going on here? We had this before when we tested the JK-BMS, and the voltage readings are jumping all over the place now. Some go even down to 2.9 volts. But when you actually measure the voltages of each individual cell, they are perfectly constant. So I'm not sure what's going on with this JK-BMS here. Look at number 9 there. 2.88 it says sometimes. 2.88, number 9. So number 9 is this cell here in the corner. Just checking. Oh, we've got really warm bus bars here. Really warm ones. You can barely touch them anymore. This one is cold. This one is cold. This one is warm. Okay, let's get the camera. Alright, look at this. Just after 5 minutes. We've got 40 degrees here on the terminals. How can this happen? Super hot. I can barely touch these bus bars. See, they're so blue here in the camera because they are reflecting. But the terminals itself, you can see how hot they are. Look at this shit. What is going on here? And we've got another hotspot over here. Maybe 4 Newton meter is not enough to torque them correctly down, right? Something is definitely going on here. Because this one is cold here. This bus bar is cold. This is cold. This is a bit warm. But these ones are pretty hot. I can barely touch them, really. Do we have here 40 degrees? 42 degrees? 44? Look at this. It's glowing here. Yeah, we definitely have a problem with the connections. Once again. See, this one over here is cold. This one here as well. They are cold. This one is hot. And this one here you can barely touch. Why is this happening? What is the problem here? Most of them are hot. Some of them are just hand warm. But most of them are hot. See, this one is cool. This one is cool. Look at Paul's aluminium bus bars, huh? This one is super hot. Okay, let's undo these 2 screws and check what's going on. I have to disconnect the load before that. Okay, let's check these settings again here. 4 Newton meter. I just want to see. I've checked them 3 times, I'm sure. There you go. Yeah, 4 Newton meters. Okay, so what the hell is going on? Okay, I'm turning off the battery now here. Circuit breaker is off. And we are taking off this bus bar. Okay. Let's have a look. What's going on here? Yep, they're definitely all the way in. This cannot be the problem anyway. Okay, let's reconnect it. Washers. I cannot see any issue at all. 4 Newton meter. 4 Newton meter. That is so weird. Okay, let's try again. I've got the feeling this will be a long test. I just wanted to test something completely different, but now we are chasing bus bars again. Bus bar and terminal connections again. And the test lander went to sleep again. That's how long this shit took again. That annoys me. Okay, start charging. Oh, we have to turn off this battery here. Okay. It's all running from this battery again. And again it gets warm. Cold, cold, warm, warm. Okay, what I'm trying to do now is I set the torque wrench to 5 Newton meters. Okay, maybe 4 is not enough, I don't know. We have to test this. Okay, 5. But I wouldn't go any higher than 5. 5 is really, that is the total, you know. Yeah, they're definitely getting warm again. This one is even hot. Okay, let's try this one first here and see if we can get 5 Newton meters on the clock. What's this now? No, it's the battery is empty. I can't believe it. What the heck is going on today? I shouldn't make any tests anymore. Come on, you can do it. Give me 5 Newton meters. Okay, 5. The battery is empty. Okay, 5. We've got 5 Newton meters on this bus bar. Let's see if the temperature goes down. At the moment it's hot. So positive here on our B minus and negative sweep over here. Bang, turns on. That's how it should be. So what I have done now is I have replaced the aluminium bus bar, Paul's aluminium bus bar, with the standard one, which came with the cells, right? This is only to hold down the balance lead here. And well, what can I say? Let's try again. Still, it goes under 50 volts. That's not good. Guys, this is not good. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I wonder why this one is so cold. This is cold aluminium. You can feel it, it's cool. It's like touching the back wall here. It's cool aluminium. It's not even hand warm. And all the other ones are getting warm and even hot. See, this one is heating up very quickly. And this one as well here. The battery is not sitting flat here next to each other. Shouldn't make a difference at all. Well, traumatic and stressful situations call for drastic solutions. You know, the Digital Mermaid, she has sent me her old overkill BMS. Haven't had time to test it yet. But she also put, well, a whole bunch of these flexible bus bars she made into the same box here. Again, Maddie, thank you so much for sending these ones over here. And 16, 17, 16, 15, and a whole bunch of these ones here, which use 4mm. She has tested all this. I link this video down below. Well, I've now installed one of these flexible bus bars here. JKBMS. Okay, minus 90 amps. Well, and again, the finger test. Yeah, we are getting warm already. Cold, ice cold. Even the screws here, the bolts, ice cold, warm, getting hot. Yeah, getting hot. Cold. I wonder if we have... It can't. It sits on this acrylic on a plain aluminium sheet. And I cannot believe the terminals would be on a different height between two cells. Well, they seem to work now here. There's no heat building up. I've torqued them with 5 Newton meters again. While these ones are getting hot. They don't connect two cells next to each other. They're just connected to one cell. So if these cells are on a different height, it doesn't matter. Because the bus bar sits flat on the terminal. And of course then there's the best connection and there's no heat building up. While this one here could be a bit on an angle. And that's why it's heating up. That's why the terminals are getting hot. Well, and then eventually the bus bar as well. Well, while these ones are now staying cool. And we've got this bit flexibility now in here. So even if they would be on a different height level, it wouldn't matter with this cable in between. I mean, really? Okay, so what I'm trying to do now is here to find out if these terminals are actually leveled correctly. Because it looks like I can, if I place this here, It looks like I can see between the bus bar and the terminal here, but if I push it down, the gap closes. So there's a tiny gap, not on this side, but only on this side. And I've tried to turn the bus bar around and everything, it doesn't make a difference. There's always this little tiny gap. You probably cannot see this here in the camera, but in the right angle, there's a tiny gap. But it's not hard to push down, and then the gap disappears and there's no light visible anymore behind it. So this and these are actually a tiny bit flexible here, and with 5 Newton meters we should overcome all these problems completely. I can't believe this is actually happening here. What the heck? So, and we try again. 93 amps we are pulling from the battery, and I have mounted the original bus bar which came with the cells again. I torqued it with 5 Newton meters, and I can already feel these ones here heating up. Okay, and here's the situation again, and we can see this time the original bus bar stays actually cool, and the terminals as well, while all the other ones, they are glowing up like candles. What is wrong with the terminals? The 2 main contacts staying cool, but everything else is heating up. This one here is extreme 40. Oh yeah, can barely touch it. So I've loosened the nuts now here and moved the bus bar a little bit back and forward to clean the contacts, but this didn't make any difference at all. But I wonder why this one is not heating up anymore here. I'll try to replace this one with one of Maddie's flexible bus bars and see if this makes a difference. Okay, so let's check this out. Yeah, they're all heating up. This one is staying cold now. Why is it staying cold? We tested it before and it didn't work. Yeah, it looks like this is working. I really have bad luck with terminals and bus bars. It all started with this battery here. I was always mucking around with these connections, always had trouble charging, discharging, cells were peaking, low and high, and now brand new battery, brand new bus bars, brand new everything. It's the same shit again. See, this one is better now. It's still not super cold, but it's better than before. It was pretty hot. And I've just loosened in 2 nuts and wiggled the bus bar back and forward and then tightened them again with 5 Newton meters. And now it's a bit better. So it's definitely, again, a contact issue between bus bar and the terminal. Okay, I'll put the original aluminium bus bar in again and see how we go. Jeez, it'll be a long night. Even the kookaburras are laughing. Hot, hot, cold. So after consulting with Paul in Melbourne, I'm playing around with this here for 1.5 to 2 hours now. I tried basically all the combinations with all the bus bars, left and right, up and down, all the combinations with paste, without paste, cleaned them all up with alcohol again, and still they are getting warm as soon as I use the aluminium bus bars here. What Paul suggested was use a very fine sandpaper and clean up the ends. So obviously there was some kind of oxidation on the aluminium already, and even the no oxide paste could not remove that. So I used the sandpaper now. So here, put some of the paste on there and then just take the sandpaper So basically like this, and clean this all up and some new fresh paste on top of it, and then put it all back together, and this seems to be working. So no candles anymore at the terminals where I did exactly that. So not sure, it must be some sort of oxidation layer or something. There you go, can you see the difference? Maybe. There you can. It looks terrible. It's scratched. Where's my polishing tool? Oh man, crazy shit happened here and the camera wasn't here. So I think the battery was completely empty and we had a low voltage disconnect from the BMS and the whole show shut down here. Everything shut down because the other battery was turned off. Glad I had this light here on the Blue Yeti. Otherwise I would have sit here in the dark. So this battery seems to be empty. Well, what I did then, I turned on the switch of the battery number 1 here again, and like a crazy 200 amps went from this battery into this battery. And what happens after a short moment? Exactly, the BMS disconnected again because we exceeded our maximum charge current of 100 amps with turning on the second battery then. And the BMS disconnected again. So this battery sat there and didn't charge again. And we can still see we are pulling 37 amps now, that's all right, from the other battery. That is totally crazy. Okay, I need to charge up these batteries. I thought we are close to maybe 50% or something, but because I changed the settings in the system now to have these 560 ampere hours of overall capacity now, I think the smart shunt totally got confused now with the calculation and everything. So I need to charge up both batteries and then set the smart shunt to 100 amps and 560 ampere hours. Yeah, after all, I thought this battery is a bit further charged, but it isn't. Even it was connected now to the other battery there for a week. There was no equalization current from one battery to the other because the voltage is the same, but obviously the capacity is very, very low in this battery here, and it disconnected because one of the cells actually reached the 2.6 volts. Okay, well, anyways, for the short moment the battery ran for the couple of minutes. I could actually feel that the bus bars I have sandpapered and prepared with a no oxide paste afterwards seem to be a lot cooler. If you can see the picture, the first picture here, it looks like we have candles inside these battery blocks and they're heating up the terminals and bus bars. Then after preparing the first bus bar with sandpaper and the no oxide paste, you can see here on picture number 2, this bus bar stays completely cool because the terminals don't heat up anymore. I just discussed it with Paul as well. And it looks like because the aluminium bus bars were just lying here in the garage for months now, he sent them over after I got this other battery pack here, battery number 2, which was like in May, what did it say? Yeah, May 21. That was the delivery time of these batteries, and I haven't used them since, apart from this one discharge test we did where we tested the JK BMS and the full capacity of these cells. So very interesting experience again tonight. Not the outcome I was actually planning. So what I will do in the next couple of days, I'll take this battery apart again, sand down all the bus bars, get rid of this oxide layer or whatever shit is underneath, and then put the no oxide paste on it, put this all together, and then we do another test and hopefully it works just fine. I haven't done anything to the terminals themselves because, well, these ones are super cool here. And obviously these tint bus bars here, they don't attract the oxide layer as much as the aluminium do. Yeah guys, so far I only can hope for a sunny couple of days now following, so we can charge up this battery system here. Well, it's a 30 kilowatt hour battery now both together. And it will take a while with a 4 kilowatt peak solar system to charge them fully up, because we've got the load on it, we've got the Xia inverter on it, and the 2 other inverters here. Pool pump is running, and occasionally I pull up a cable from here to the house and we connect the dishwasher or washing machine then. I cannot see me waiting actually for that. I probably do the test before that. That was an interesting test tonight, and I quite learned something about this aluminium oxide stuff. Well, it looks like a bit of sandpaper and this no oxide paste. Get rid of it and then everything is fine. Okay, let's get rid of these candles in here. Okay guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your support and your generous donations. They definitely keep the videos coming. So, and until the next one, you stay charged and stay safe. And thank you again for watching. See you then. Bye bye.